I'm Tony Swinehart with MCP's Full Court Press, brought to you by Spectrum Health Livingston Hospital's Orthopedics. Today we are at the West Shore Community College Ice Arena. We are with the 14U group of coaches who coached the ice hockey team to a recent state championship win. So congratulations, guys. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's start off by, this is not the first time a championship has been won by 14U, but this group of kids, it has been, correct?
Yeah, so in 2013, I do believe the Bantam won it, the championship. There was four of these kids that won it in the squirt level 6 years ago.
Okay.
So, so 6 years ago they won it, and then now they won this one. So.
Okay. And so you're all involved, and what is everyone's involvement then?
So I am the head coach.
Okay.
As in the hockey team.
Okay.
And this is the assistant, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Also the other assistant, Russell Shoddy, and the other assistant, Jimmy Parnello. So.
Okay.
And we're missing what?
Well, and you all have a vested interest as well, too. Meaning you all have children, grandchildren, or brothers on the team.
Yep.
So talk about that a little bit.
I have a son that is his last year in the Bantam League, moving up to high school. His name's
Right.
Trevor Meralt.
Okay.
And so yeah, that was, as he progressed in hockey, I learned the next level for coaching and moved
Okay.
up with him as well. So.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And Brian?
My son's Joey Castoni. He was the goalie, and then he also played out. And he played in the last game, and he was definitely did a very good job.
Yes.
And it was his last year. We took some pictures, and I guess shed a few tears and things like that. So. But it was awesome. It's been an awesome year as far as with everybody, and it was great. Great to be involved.
And Russell, what about you?
My little brother's on the team. I've really enjoyed watching him grow up playing, and all his teammates. They have really close bond, and it's nice to see.
Well, and you've also played all the way up through, and you're in high school right now, playing at the high school level.
Yep.
Yeah. And what about you, Mr. Parnello?
Yeah, my name is Jim Parnello. My grandson, Presley Parnello, is a goalie and also has been playing out lately. And we've actually all helped these kids for the past 7-8 years in coaching all the way up. And I used to coach before with my older son, Ray. But there comes a time that everything clicks together, and this team just clicked. Parents, coaches, and kids just clicked. Unbelievable.
Yes, well, and stuff like this and like the Pop Warner program and stuff when they start so little. And it's nice to have all of these parent volunteers, and whether they be a sibling or two, help coach all of these kids since they were little. And it's absolutely fantastic that you are now in a coaching position, for a lot of these kids. And they also, it's so much fun when you get to coach your own kids. They might not always think that way.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Sometimes we are hated.
Yes.
Very much so.
They're like, oh, you're picking on me because I'm your kid. But really, I don't know. I hold my kids to a higher standard, or try to. But I try to be as equal as I can. But it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Typically, if my son is doing something wrong, I have one of these guys tell him, or vice versa, because they don't like to take instruction from parents.
Yes.
So.
And when you parent them in the locker room, they do not like it.
No.
But it's pretty fun to embarrass them. So.
Yes. Well, that's our job, right?
That's
To
our
embarrass
job,
our
yep.
kids, right?
For sure.
So tell me a little bit about the season and how it started then.
Okay, we had a total of 38 games for the whole season.
Okay.
We tied 3 and lost 3.
Okay.
So we won state champions up for the Adre West Division.
Okay.
So, we are the West Division. It's broke down into 4 regions, 2 north, and then Metro, and also we are considered the West.
Okay.
So,
and the West is, how many teams are in the West Division?
so there's 12.
Okay.
So 12 teams in the West Division.
And all 12 of those are the 14U, right? It has to be all 14U.
Yes. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Okay, now, for the other, will you ever play some of the other divisions or no? Or is it just divided up?
Yeah, so we will play the other divisions because they're considered a non-league game.
Okay.
So
okay.
we do play them. It's just not considered in our region until we see them in the state finals.
In the finals,
Yeah.
okay.
And we were undefeated in our league games. We were undefeated
For the league,
for the
right.
league game, which was 10.
No, it was 19 total games in the ADRE league games that
Oh,
were
wow.
that were undefeated.
19 and oh, that.
Yes, 19 and 0.
Ooh. And that's pretty, I mean, ice hockey is a very competitive sport.
Yep.
And when you as you get up in levels, just like with any sport, it gets tougher and tougher. Like with you, like the goalies, you were saying they did a fantastic job, and they have to,
Yep.
because these kids just keep growing and getting better. And so, what was it like for you as coaches to see the moment when you knew the seconds were ticking down and you knew that you had won? What was that like?
I remember looking at Coach Jimmy when there was a minute and 41 seconds left, and I could see tears in his eyes, and I was tearing up because I knew we had it. And you know, we try to stay strong for the kids, and we all wanted it so bad.
Yep.
You know, the kids wanted it. They worked so hard all year. A lot of times, as the season progresses, you know, practices, they might slack at practice, but they just stayed strong the whole season.
Right.
And I just knew it from the beginning that when we started the season, people would ask, how's your team doing? And I said a few times, I think I have a state champion team.
Right.
And it happened, so it was great.
Well,
So,
and sometimes when you speak something, it does come true.
Yeah.
And that's also a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, even as men, and a grown almost man, it's okay for kids sometimes to see you get emotional over these moments, because I feel like that lets them know that you care.
Yep.
In a way, it lets them know that you have a vested interest and that you're as excited that they won as they are.
Yep.
Because I'm sure that there was a few kids that got emotional too.
Oh yeah, it was very emotional. We going to state, we all got on a party bus, and we all rode down in a bus, and just we were all weekend we were hyped up and with a lot of energy and just a lot of good vibes. So, and that's what it takes, you know.
Yeah,
So,
because and the tournament started, actually, did you have games Saturday and then Sunday was their final game?
So Friday at 7:45,
Okay.
I do believe was the time. So right from Friday all the way through Sunday, we had games, and two of the teams that were there we had lost against.
Oh,
So during tournaments, like outside of ADRE, you know, we had a tournament hosted here at West Shore, which we had lost. Those were two of the three losses that we lost against.
yeah. And so you beat them.
We beat them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Which is always a wonderful feeling.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
when you, during a regular season and you have a loss and then you see them again and you're like, okay, this time it's not going down like that. You know what I mean? You're kind of got your mindset, and I'm sure the boys did too.
Yeah, and they knew it, you know, that we lost against them, and you know, so that's always in the back of their heads. And
Yeah.
so when we beat them on Saturday,
That was the big game.
That was
or
the-
that one we
First game.
kind of knew what was going on and that we had a chance
Okay.
because we weren't sure how it was going to go.
Yeah.
But when we beat them, we knew we had a chance.
You're like, okay, this is it. We're
Yep.
going. We're gonna
And-
do
and
it.
By
We're
Sunday, I couldn't talk. I couldn't yell. I did not have a voice. It was
Yeah.
gone. So
Yes.
yeah, we it burnt, or took it out in the first 3 games.
Yes. Well, and you also now have a lot of these boys that are moving to the high school level, right? This was like their final year.
All of
so
us,
how
yeah.
many did you say?
I do believe there's 7.
7?
Yeah.
7 of them?
7 of them.
But there are also still younger kids that are coming up. So do you think that you will all help continue to coach then as well in some aspect?
I will definitely always be here to help the Wolves. So, but
Okay.
I will be, probably this is it for my coaching.
Coaching,
Yeah.
right, okay.
So, but I will always, be willing to help the
Right.
West Shore Wolves.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think Russell's going to continue on with the high school team. He's a great asset to have, playing 5 years for the high school team. and then knowing what he knows, he can outskate all of them. He's better than all of them. He's a tremendous asset.
And I think, just like Coach Jimmy is saying, having Russell as a coach helped our kids out so much because they looked up to Russell.
Yes. Yeah.
And I thought it was a very good asset to
Yeah.
the team as a coach.
Yeah, when you tell him to do something, Russell can do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
You're
we've-
a perfect example of how to show them what
Yeah, we've lost our skills to do it, but but
Right.
the road to the championship, we played 4 games, not before on a weekend. Then the following weekend we played 4 games, and then the following weekend we played 5 games,
Oh, wow.
and then the following weekend to take the districts we played 4 games, and then we played 4 games for the championship. So we on a weekend.
It was nonstop.
So and we lost 1 out of all those
those.
games. So these guys are just tremendous. you know.
I mean, and that's a full weekend. I
Oh.
mean, you're talking about not only the travel,
Yep.
you know, but then trying to wrestle down
Yeah.
14-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Have experience.
Yeah.
Well, he's 15 now, but trying to get them to go to sleep. You know they're excited.
Oh, yeah.
You know they're hyped up. You know they want to. You know they're all pumped up for the
Yeah.
next day, and you're like, no, you got to get some sleep because
Yeah.
we don't want you
Right.
skating,
Yeah.
lagging on the rink. Really, you
Right.
know what I mean?
We went to Kalamazoo in the morning, and then Muskegon or South Muskegon for the next game.
Yeah.
Then the next day was Big Rapids, and then
So
and then the
you
next
had
day
one game-
was
the
here.
tournament wasn't all in, it was in different spots?
Well, he's talking about
Leading up to the games, leading up to it.
Okay,
up to
so
the
each
big-
weekend you were at a different spot, I gotcha.
Yeah, and one
Okay.
weekend we were 4 different spots.
Yeah,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
we're talking early morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're at the ice arenas at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay,
And then we can't play for another, I do believe, 5 or 6 hours. So later in the day, we might have another one on the way
Right.
home.
yes.
So it gets, hockey is very demanding, you know,
Yes,
so,
yeah.
you know, if that's the word, but
Well, and it's also, in my mind, I mean, there's a lot of sports that have a lot of physical ability that needed.
yeah.
But I'm telling you, when I love watching hockey because they are some of the truest athletes. To be able, I mean, the puck isn't very big, so you're watching that all
Yeah.
over. You got to keep, you know, you can't have high sticks. You got to. There's certain rules, but and also to skate around the rink itself and stay
Constant
stable.
action.
Yes.
Constant action.
Yes.
They are
That's-
going at it.
Yes. So they are. It's like one of the hardest sports to actually master.
I think
quite
so.
honestly. You
And
know?
it can change so fast,
Yeah.
so fast.
When we moved up to this level at the beginning of the season, we were having them hit hard and hit. Well, they changed the rules on us that we couldn't hit in a certain way, so we had to adapt to that. So we got a few penalties
Okay.
Yeah.
to teach us how to do it correctly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing Russell was involved.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So no, it was a great season. What a way to end our coaching career, and
Yeah,
also
so
for the
the
kids.
kids, yeah.
So
Wonderful.
we all wanted it really bad, and we all worked very hard for it. So
Yep.
Any final thoughts other than that? I mean, that was a perfect final thought. But
Yeah.
anybody else? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, you mentioned about us helping out and things like that. And I don't know whether it's this weekend or next weekend. They have a program, Try Hockey for Free, 4 to 8 years old. You can come out, and we have our kids come out. They put their jerseys on, and they help the kids out and help them skate around. I don't know if you get a free jersey. I knew you used to, but I don't know if they're doing that no more. But they have all the equipment. Just bring your kid out, and they can try hockey for free.
Okay. Wonderful.
yeah, I highly recommend hockey. I mean, it's a great atmosphere for kids and parents. Some of our best friends come from hockey.
From hockey,
Yeah.
yes. It
Yeah.
becomes
So,
family.
It's
And
a big deal.
the family affair that was this last weekend, that's where we went there, and they let us hit some pucks around, and then they gave us a card, and we came out, and we were hooked
Yes.
ever since.
Yeah. Yes. That's. I think a lot of some of this got started with those little passes that they gave
Yep.
years ago. Because
Yeah.
my son did it just a couple years, I
Okay.
believe, but it was fairly little. But yeah, that's. I mean, and now
Oh,
all of them.
and it's so fun to see the little kids, skate. It's just a memory throwback.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure it is.
We do have one more coach too,
Okay.
Daryl DeRocky also, but he's
Okay.
not able to be
Okay.
here, so.
All right.
But,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought there was somebody missing.
Yeah, so I just wanted to get him out there as well, so.
Okay.
Once hockey gets in your blood, it doesn't leave. I've been playing for years, and it's still there. I got a game tonight, so it's just, it's still there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's when we started, was that they said that there was a hockey family, and that it is what it is. I mean,
It
all
is.
the moms and kids, people would call us and say, gosh, should you give my son a ride to the rink? And yep, no problem. And we would do the same, and we were food and potluck dinners and just all the volunteers. It has been, and this has been in the past, but this year was exceptional with all the parents, all the coaches, all the kids. They just, all of them came together so well.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
All right.
and we ended up with a lot of money from goals being scored. Our kids were goal scorers. And so the parents were throwing a quarter a goal or 50 cents a goal.
Right.
Before you know it, we had hundreds of dollars. So we donated hundreds of dollars
Back to the program.
to the program and to a local family that's
Yeah.
struggling right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
So
Well, wonderful. Well, thank you again, gentlemen,
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank
out
you.
and spending time. This has been a really fantastic year for a lot of area sports, but especially like your final year of coaching and some of these boys that are going to be playing up now. So congratulations
Yeah.
again.
Thank you.
go Wolves.
Thank you.
yeah.
And for more news, go to masoncountypress.com.